Hello everyone and welcome to today's presentation about the new releases of WordPerfect Office X6 and Corel Graphics Suite X6 from Corel. My name is Don Grease. I'm the Manager of Business Development and Vendor Programs here at Lifeboat Distribution, and Corel is one of our truly great partners. With each new release of these products, we are more and more impressed with Corel's ability to deliver elegant and innovative software that help your customers be more creative and more productive while saving them money. Corel also offers an outstanding opportunity to our resellers through their partner program, so we're really delighted you've joined us today. All right, I know your time is valuable, so let me get right to the introductions for our main panelists. Starting off today from Corel is Cindy Howard, who we welcome, and she is the WordPerfect Product Manager. We also have John Falsetto to show us about CorelDRAW Graphics Suite, and he is the CorelDRAW Graphics Suite Product Manager. Also on the panel today is Christina Desporges, Account Manager, and Beata Stach, the Manager for North American Distribution. So thank you all for your participation. We really appreciate it and welcome. One last thing before I turn over the presentation to Cindy. I just want all of the attendees to know that we do encourage you to ask questions, and you may do that by entering your questions in the chat panel on the right-hand side of the screen. When we get through the presentation, at the conclusion, we will answer as many questions as time permits. And so with that now, let me turn this over to Cindy. All right, Cindy, it's all yours.
Okay. Thanks for joining, everyone, and good afternoon. Let's get started with a quick outline of what we did to WordPerfect X6 this cycle. When we went out to our customers, we heard that they continue to look for the power that WordPerfect delivers, and they want us to enhance that and, of course, not lose any of that. They need to be productive to get their jobs done, and they need to collaborate more than ever beyond document management systems. Their world is changing, so collaboration has to do with PDFs, mobile devices, Ebook Publishing to Kindle, and of course all of us are pressured to do more in less time with budgets nowadays. So let's take a quick look at WordPerfect X6, and as a matter of fact, if you notice, I'm running Presentations X6, which is included in the suite and is our slideshow application. So to start out, when we went to talk to our users, we discovered they needed to view files in a different way. They want to view files quickly without opening WordPerfect. So I started Windows Explorer. This is not Internet Explorer. This is Windows Explorer, where you look at your files. And if you turn on the preview pane, a preview shows up over here on the right, usually for JPEGs and things like that. Well, now, when WordPerfect X6 is installed, we automatically show over in the preview pane, and so now users are able to accomplish work. They can go in, they can highlight paragraphs, they can copy. They have custom zoom controls, more than Microsoft offers in the same preview pane. Also, to make it familiar to the user, we added Go To and Find, and these are the same dialog boxes that they're accustomed to seeing inside of WordPerfect, so they can go to a heading, to a page, also find, same dialog again, no relearning, no learning curve to be able to use this in the operating system. Also, once you have WordPerfect X6 installed, this is a picture of an Outlook email. So when you receive an Outlook email from Office 07 or 2010 and it has a WordPerfect attachment, now the user will just be able to click on that WordPerfect file and they can preview it in the email without opening WordPerfect. Again, the same right-click menu would show up for them. So that's two new ways we viewed files in the operating system. Another one is we launched at the same time an Android viewer. So if you're familiar with our iOS viewer, we have an iPad and an iPhone viewer that have been available for about a year. And this is a WordPerfect file open on the iPad viewer. Let's go to the next image. This is a close-up so you can see we support bookmarks. You can email it. You can highlight. You can copy and paste. So along with this release, we now released to Android Viewer the same day we announced WordPerfect, April 26th. So this is an example of the same file on my Kindle Fire. So they could get the Android plugin by going to Google Play or to Amazon, and of course our other viewers are available through the Apple Store. All right, now before I go much further, let's open up this view. So as I click on Files, you'll notice WordPerfect starts each time. So this is new this time, and what it's doing is when we talk to our users along the viewing and working line and being more productive, they want to see multiple documents open in multiple monitors, which is kind of hard to show on a WebEx, but I'll do the best I can here by just moving some windows around. So now, instead of just one version of WordPerfect opening, you'll notice I have actually 3 versions of WordPerfect opening. So you could drag all 3 of these windows to 3 different monitors or whatever configuration you want, and that's completely new for us. In the past, every file you open has been opened inside of one window, and we only had 9 documents that you could open. So inside this one window, 9 documents would be your limit. Not that I have 9 documents open, but a lot of our users work on a lot of documents, merge information. So by splitting this out, we're now able to open 9 documents in each instance of WordPerfect. So that covers viewing files in the operating system, viewing more files, also viewing files on your mobile devices. Okay, while I have this screen open, there's a new icon. Let me move the WebEx guy there. There's a new icon on the toolbar, which is our brainstorm training. The feedback we got from users is that, sure, it came on CD number 3 and they had all these great videos, but they lost CD number 3, especially businesses. CD number 3 got tossed under the desk and no one could find it again. So now all these videos are built into a web page, and the user is able to quickly get to the training from the toolbar. All right, the next thing I want to show you is our Ebook Publisher. So under File, New from Project, if you drop down the list of tasks or templates we have available, you'll have a new one titled Ebook Publishing. When you click on that, you highlight the Mobi Publisher and say Create. Now what this does is it puts you in a mode with a template so you can create Mobi files, upload them to your Kindle Fire, share them with your friends, or you could self-publish on Amazon. So what we did during our research is we found out from Amazon what is the best format, what is the best font, and so we take away all of those concerns from the user and we help them through about 4 steps to create their own book. So at first you're met with a couple of screens that help you get started. I'm just going to start right away. Whoops, that guy should not be there, but let's just start with my summer vacation. And this is as easy as it would be for anyone to write a book. So now that I'm in the template, a new toolbar opens up over here on the left. When I'm ready for another new chapter, I just click New Chapter. When I'm ready to insert an image, all I have to do is insert image. Now, users can insert from regular WordPerfect user interface up here, but by using the toolbar over here on the left, then we turn off the word wrap, we position it in the center, and we make it easier for you to be successful when you publish your book. But let's get started with one I already have open here that I created. It's taken from the Project Gutenberg eBook of Birds, and I did the same steps I did for you. Chapter 1, I typed the title, the text, inserted the image. This is about a 15-page book. So the beauty of this is it's in WordPerfect. I can always go in and make changes, add more chapters. But when I want to preview it or see how it might look, there are some tools that we install. This is a one-time installation of getting Amazon's Kindle generator and Amazon's Kindle previewer. Once you have those installed and referenced under your publisher settings, then you just go through the steps. Add front matter if you want. Mine already has a chapter title. So now I'm going to click on Publish to eBook. This is already completed from the last time I published it. I'm also pointing to the cover of the book, and I'm going to check Preview because as WordPerfect outputs this to the Kindle generator and then the previewer, I'd like to see how it's going to look before I share it with anyone. And like I said, the beauty of this is it's a WordPerfect file. You can refresh it 20 times a day, and then you can do the same publishing steps that I'm doing right now as many times as you need to see it. So now the Kindle previewer starts up. This is not a Corel product, as I mentioned. This is an Amazon product. So here is my cover, and now when I go through the pages, WordPerfect was smart enough to hand it to the Kindle with all the hyperlinks that you need. You can look at your table of contents here. You can also use the Kindle previewer to see how it might look on a grayscale Kindle. Is this how I want my book to look? Or how is it going to look on the iPhone? Are my pictures too big? And in this case, I would think they are too big for the iPhone. So that gives the user an idea of what their book's going to look like without having to spend any money or upload anything to Amazon. Okay, and then I'm just going to show you a quick two work-saving macros we created in WordPerfect, and then hand it over to John, or finish up my slide deck and then hand it to John. Under our tools, macro play, we've heard from users that they would like to do a multiple find and replace. So now you can go through your document and add multiple words. This is especially good in contracts. And change names and companies. Now, it will go through your entire document, and it'll search and replace, and if something happens, it's just one undo. It's not 45 undos to get back to that. And the last one I'll show you is another request from our users was go out and highlight the instance of every word in my document. Don't change the document, but they like the way web pages work so that you can go out and quickly find a word and highlight it. All right, so with that, I'm going to switch back to my summary here. Of course, we're shipping all editions now. We have our standard home and student. This cycle, we've introduced a new legal edition that includes PDF Fusion, our PDF creation and assembly software, as well as Perfect Authority, which is a citation tool for U.S. courts to find all their citations and put them into a table of contents type format. And of course, standard and professional as usual. Here's a quick summary of the legal edition. As I mentioned, Perfect Authority and PDF Fusion have been added into that. The availability is English has been out and in stores for a while. English and French is shipping right now, and you should see it in stores after June 14th. And John, I'll just hand this over to you.
All right, thanks very much, Cindy. I'm just going to share my desktop now. Can you guys see my desktop? Yes. Yes, now we can. Perfect. All right, thanks very much, Cindy. And thanks, everyone, for giving me the opportunity to show you CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X6. CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X6, of course, is our latest version that we launched in March of this year of our flagship graphics product. Before I get into X6, I just wanted to quickly take a look to show you guys who uses the product, really, which will help certainly with positioning of the product. Because it's a very diverse graphics product, we do have a lot of target user segments, which can be a challenge, but does obviously provide a lot of opportunity. There's two main groups here. The first called graphics professionals. And these folks could be either creative professionals, folks who are educated in graphic design or even fine arts, for example. They create really works of art with a tool like CorelDRAW Graphics Suite. Or they could be what we also call design professionals. And these are folks like sign makers, engravers, screen printers, fashion designers, those types of folks. And they use CorelDRAW Graphics Suite every day as a core part of their workflow to help them achieve their design needs. Then we have what we call occasional graphics users, and these are people that might need the product for professional use, but they're not trained in graphic design, they're not experienced in really producing professional outputs. But they might work in a small business where they have to wear many hats, and they might be responsible for, among other things, creating the marketing collateral, for example. So they like a tool like CorelDRAW Graphics Suite because it's easier to learn and easier to use and help them achieve their goals. We also have, occasionally we have, I would say, hobbyists or home users, but really a product like CorelDRAW Home and Student Suite is better suited for those folks. It gives you quite a bit of power, but it's not for commercial use. So this, of course, is about CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X6. You can see our lovely box shot there. As far as what's included with X6, there's a whole host of graphics applications, and in the interest of time, I'll move pretty quickly. But CorelDRAW X6, of course, is our main vector illustration, page layout, and design application. PhotoPaint is our photo editing bitmap application. We're also including Website Creator X6 now, which is developed for us, which is a website development application. And then we have other utilities such as Corel Connect, which is an asset content finding application to find all the great content that we include. And there's a bitmap to vector conversion tool called Corel PowerTrace, and several more. The other thing I'll point out here is really all the content that we include. We include over 10,000 clip art, over 1,000 high-resolution stock photos, 1,000 fonts, including some very valuable premium fonts such as some of the Helvetica fonts. And then there's various types of templates as well as 2 hours of video training. So it's a very complete suite of products. One thing that really sets us apart in the channel with the box of CorelDRAW Graphics Suite is the inclusion of our hardcover guidebook. So many software vendors out there now don't include physical documentation, and we developed this with our previous release X5 to great response. And this is a full-color 320-page book full of inspiration, full of sample artwork, full of instruction, et cetera, and it's really a nice form factor as well as it sits on the shelf. So there's a whole bunch of great new and enhanced features, and I certainly won't have time to go through them all. What I'll do is I'll just quickly show you some of them. This is really a summary. I'm not going to read them all to you now. I'll just go over a few of them though in the actual application. One of the things that's really important, because it is a professional graphics application, is to provide learning tools for our users to help them get up to speed as quickly as possible. And with that, as I mentioned previously, we have over 2 hours of video training, which is hosted on our YouTube channel. And those videos are accessible directly from within. This is a screenshot of our video browser application. So whether it's what's new for upgrade users, whether it's learning the basics for new users, workflow-based tutorials, there's a whole host of great learning materials to help our users get up to speed quickly and easily. One of the great things about the X6 release is that we have now also produced a native 64-bit version. Previously, of course, you could run X5 and previous versions on 64-bit, but we actually have 32 and the 64-bit release. And being a native 64-bit, you obviously get some great performance gains. We have some additional multi-core processing capabilities, and what this ultimately results in is a much faster set of applications compared to X5. We've seen in our lab, we've seen improvements of up to 50% or more, depending on what you're doing, depending on the file you're using, depending on the function that you're using. Sometimes the gains are less, sometimes the gains are more, but we're definitely seeing some great speed improvements, which is really important to many of our users where time is, of course, money. Now, I'm actually going to quickly escape out. As Cindy was doing, I'm actually using one of the applications in the suite to show the presentation. This is, of course, CorelDRAW. But I'm going to quickly switch over to one of the applications, Corel Connect, that's included as well. Just to quickly show you, this is a content finding application. And if I do a keyword search, this is searching all of the content that we include, which I happen to have installed on my hard drive. I'm also searching one of the third-party websites that we can search, which is the Fotolia for stock photography. So the goal here is that you can type in a keyword and then see what's available out there and potentially download different types of assets or grab different types of assets. So if I take bitmaps, remove fonts, I'll just look at a couple samples here. You can basically, you drag them into your tray, and then you might want to use them later in CorelDRAW. So it's a very powerful and easy way to get at all the assets that previously in the past, we actually introduced this with X5, but we made some great improvements with X6, but previously the user would have to flip through a digital content manual and take a whole bunch of time. With X6, we've added the ability to add multiple trays. So this is great because if you're working on multiple projects, you can have, of course, one tray per project. So as a designer, you can really segregate your design assets and keep them separate between the two trays. Now, we're always challenged with introducing some new and fun design tools. It's a very mature application with a lot of power and capabilities, but we actually have developed some new drawing tools that we call the smear, twirl, attract, and repel tools. So for a professional designer, which of course I'm not, these give you much more flexibility. If I select these rectangles and then click the twirl tool, for example, if I click and hold my mouse, it's going to hold on here. Try again. Twirl. Okay. Something's going on with my laptop here. Skip the twirl tool. Smear tool. Excuse me. Okay, I'm going to have to skip that. My apologies. Okay, something's gone on my laptop. Anyway, these tools allow you to create great effects, vector effects. So you can twirl objects, you can separate them with the repel tool, you can attract them together, you can smear them, and ultimately allows users to do more, to create organic, free-flowing shapes, and really achieve what in the past would take a lot of time to actually sit there and manipulate nodes and move things around. So they're pretty powerful tools. Now we have a new tool in our Corel Photo Paint application. If I select an image in CorelDRAW and click Edit Bitmap, it's actually going to launch Corel Photo Paint, and this new tool is called Smart Carver. And we actually have a similar tool in Paint Shop Pro. And what this allows you to do is indicate an area in a photo that you may want to either keep or that you actually want to remove. So in this case, I'm going to quickly paint this tree, because I've decided I don't want this in my image. And then if I click the Auto Contract Horizontally button, you can see it's actually removed the tree. Now normally I would spend a bit more time and get rid of that shadowing, but you can see how quick and easy that was to actually remove that object. And if I click Save, it'll actually bring that back into CorelDRAW. So the applications are very well integrated. I don't need to re-import the image. Now, one of the areas of focus that we put a lot of time into with X6 was in layouts, design layouts with text, with multi-page documents, creating perhaps brochures. And to that end, we have a lot of great new features and enhancements. If I open the tray here, which is actually the same tray that we use in Corel Connect, oops, I just opened Connect, Windows, Dockers, tray. This is the same tray that I was actually working with earlier in the Connect application. So really the goal with Connect is you can find these assets, you can bring them into your image, and you can see how they will play. So let me just close this, and then move this around. And we have this tool called the Power Clip tool, which is this defined frame that allows me to contain another object inside. So what I can do is I can drag this and drop it in, and you can see that it's actually contained. If I want to go inside and make edits to that power clip, to that image inside the power clip, you can see I haven't actually changed the size of that tiger. So it adds a lot of flexibility in that you don't have to necessarily crop down that image until you actually want to. And then there's different options inside as well. So we've added a lot of functionality with X6. Now, along that line with page layout, I'll just speak to this really. We've added some more features. CorelDRAW is a multi-page, does support multi-pages, which is a very important thing. And because of that, we thought, why not add page numbering? It's such a no-brainer in an application like WordPerfect, but it's just something that we previously didn't have in our vector illustration application. So we now have odd and even page numbering. We also have what we call baseline alignment, and I won't have time to show that to you, but ultimately allows you to create an alignment grid on the entire page to align all the other objects too. So it ultimately helps you get a better design, a better layout done. You can have different text boxes, perhaps if you have a two-column brochure, for example, and you can put those boxes exactly where you want them, but you can make sure to align both of the text within each of those directly to that baseline grid. Now, we've also put a lot of work into our text engine, into typography, and we have much more powerful support for OpenType fonts and OpenType features. And for those who don't know, OpenType fonts provide a whole host of additional capabilities versus a traditional font. It's almost like having multiple fonts in one. So it's not just bold, italics, underline, capitalization. They could have what we call stylistic sets. If I select the triangle in this font, you can see all these different variations of this same font. And this allows you now, with our new typography engine, you can actually access all those things that we previously couldn't access. So it just creates a whole new set of possibilities for users when they're working with text. This font that I'm working with here is just a Windows font, but as I mentioned earlier, we include a lot of really valuable OpenType fonts such as Helvetica and other ones that would cost users really hundreds of dollars to buy on their own. Now, another area that we've added a lot of focus on, and again, if you think in terms of, say, WordPerfect, this is kind of a no-brainer, but it's having document styles and object styles. If you're designing multi-pages and it's a really complex design and you want to have consistency throughout that design, you can actually apply styles to various objects. In this sense, I'll try it out here with text just to show you what I'm talking about. If I click Object Styles and I multi-select these numbers here, I could really just do this with one. And I can click and drag them in to create what we call a style set. And when you create that style set, now I've actually already applied it to all of them, but I could go throughout my design and apply it to more. If I needed to change something about that font, it will now apply it to all of them. So again, it's similar in the context of perhaps WordPerfect, where you have a heading style or chapter opening style throughout a multi-page document. You don't need to go and change all the instances of that. You can do that easily in one spot. And again, this is new for us, but we are a graphics application, so why not bring those capabilities in and make it easier to work with layouts? The other really cool thing with respect to styles and consistency is we have this concept called color styles and color harmonies. And this is a really neat thing. This is a design submitted by one of our users in our design contest. I'm going to quickly drag these in and generate color harmonies, and I'll show you what that is. I'm going to create these two palettes representing all the colors, one with the grays, grayscale colors, and one with the colors. And if I select this color harmony here from all the colors used in this design, now I have the opportunity to click and drag on this color wheel and shift the entire color spectrum of the entire design in one shot. So you can really have quite an impact. And the important thing is these colors actually stay in harmony with one another. The designer intentionally made this with the colors that he did, with the shades of orange that he did. I can keep that balance using color theory and do an entire shift and completely make my design look like something different. Of course, if I wanted to change just the color of the jaguar's tongue, I could easily do that. But the goal here is to have these linked harmonies that maintain color theory that allow you to completely alter the look of your design by shifting in a color wheel. One of the things that we've always been very strong with CorelDRAW Graphics Suite is our file support, external file support. With X6, it's no exception. We support all the major file formats. Some of you might notice here it says, PSD and AI. These are Photoshop and Illustrator CS5. We launched this just prior to CS6 coming out. We obviously will work to support that very soon. You won't have to wait till X7 for X7 to come out. At the time of launch, this was the current version, but the point is we know that Illustrator, Photoshop, PDF, EPS, AutoCAD, these are really, really important industry file formats, and we need to support them. And a lot of our users love the fact that they can really import almost anything into CorelDRAW Graphics Suite. And this is really just a visual representation of taking diversity on the output side. This user shows examples of taking that Jaguar design and putting it on T-shirts or on packaging and cans, and there's just so many different ways, and that's we have so many users that do so many different types of things with CorelDRAW Graphics Suite. This is simply a screenshot because there's certainly no time to show, but this is a screenshot of Website Creator X6, and it's a WYSIWYG-based website creation and editing application. It's really designed for people that don't program in HTML or don't do any web programming. And the idea here, as an extension of the suite, is that not only can you create your graphics, but you can actually take those graphics and then also use them on a website. So it's going to add a lot of value to the suite. It comes with a lot of preloaded templates, of which this is one, and then so users can really get started, create their graphics, bring them into Website Creator, and generate a full website. I really won't get into system requirements. The one comment I'll make, of course, is Windows 8 is coming down the line very soon, as you all know, and our team is already hard at work, obviously, making sure that we'll be ready to go on Windows 8. We've always been very early adopters of the latest Microsoft operating systems, so that's definitely the important thing with respect to that. And that covers it in a very abbreviated kind of way. So am I going to Beata, I guess, or to Dawn? Let me see.
I think Dawn.
All right, I'm going to bring it back to Dawn.
All right. Well, thank you so much, John, and thank you so much, Cindy. As always, your new releases, you guys just, sort of raise the bar every time. You're brilliant, and we really enjoy the new releases and everything that you introduce to help our resellers sell more of Corel to their customers. I think at this point, what I wanted to do was to just quickly kick it over to Beata Stach, the Director of North American Distribution, or the Manager of North American Distribution, so that she can just talk a bit about some of the people resources at Corel who are available to help you all, should you need the extra support, whether it's regarding the partner program or anything else with Corel. So Beata, if you want to talk to this slide.
Thank you, Dawn. First of all, on behalf of Corel, I would like to thank you for joining us. As you know, Corel continues to be devoted and dedicated to our channel. Communication is the key. We love to hear from you. Your questions, your feedback is critical to our success and your success. With that said, I am so proud that we have a great team on the channel side. Christina is your front line for all channel partners' inquiries. We've got Tara, our absolute backbone for our marketing, and myself, anything distribution, anything channel, I'm here to help as well, to extend and give a hand to our great team. And I will let Christina talk to you more about our partner programs, as herself and Tara work really hard on launching this, and it seems to be a great, in our busy lives, 24/7 tool that is always open and always there for you. So without further ado, Christina, go ahead.
Sure. I think there's a good summary there about what the Corel Partners entails as far as resources for channel partners. I encourage anybody on the line today who hasn't already joined our partner program to do so. It's fairly simple. Just log into www.corelpartners.com, click on Join Now, complete the registration form, and within the business day, we have a look at that registration form, and approvals are submitted and login credentials are sent out. Contact information is there. We've got deal alerts, sales tools, a myriad of marketing materials, all there to help you with your sales initiatives.
Thank you, Christina. And as you know, Corel recently acquired Roxio, so our family of product is growing. Right now you're looking at Corel, and you're looking at Corel products, Roxio, and WinZip. We are proud, allows us to offer more solutions for you and to our clients. Thank you. Dawn, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Beata. All right. Well, at this point, I just want to let our attendees know that if anyone does have any questions about anything that they've seen so far, or if they have any questions regarding the partner program with Corel, that you still have time to enter those questions in the chat area, and I will keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, I want to just walk you through our traditional call to action, what we recommend to you to get further information about Corel. And that all starts with our recommendation for you to visit the Corel website at corel.com. And you're going to find on this site just great pages for CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X6 and WordPerfect Office X6. You can also find free trial downloads. And I'm going to just back up what Christina touched on with the brand new partner portal. This is a great resource. It is absolutely loaded with sales and marketing tools, videos. There's a form available that you can complete to get not for resale copies of product. So definitely have a look at the partner portal. get signed up and start taking advantage of everything that's up there. You'll be really surprised and very pleasantly surprised with what you have available to increase your knowledge about the products and share with your customers. Christina is a tremendous resource. If you have any questions about working with Corel, I recommend that you do reach out to Christina. And of course, I want to mention your Lifeboat sales reps here. We're here every day. We're here to help you with any pre-sales assistance you might need with Corel, or if you would like to get into a deep dive demo on any of the products that you've seen today or any of the other Corel products, we can help arrange that for you. But we are here to help you with any opportunity and get you pricing and all the pre-sales assistance that you need. So at this point, if you do have any questions that you think of at the conclusion of this event, feel free to reach out to Lifeboat or to me or to Christina. I don't see any questions listed right now, so I want to thank everybody for attending. I want to say that Corel is really a great company for you to partner with. Their team is superb, and they're willing and able to help you grow your deals and your business. So spread the good news about Corel, WordPerfect X6 and CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X6 to your customers. It'll pay off for you, and it'll be a delight for us to work more closely with you selling Corel's products. All right then. Without any further ado then, I'm going to thank you all for attending today's presentation. It was a pleasure for Lifeboat Distribution to be a part of today's event. We hope we will hear from each of you really soon. And so for now, for everyone at Lifeboat Distribution and Corel, thank you so much and have a great day.